Hey, everybody.
Hey.
So before we get into our episode for today, we just want to tell you about something that's coming up that you do not want to miss.
So excited.
It is our free live event, How to Fire Up Your Sex Life, on May 10th at 8 p.m.
Yes.
All you have to do if you want to sign up for this is go to sexlife.justjohnandapril.com. I have it right here. There we go.
Yes. Fired up.
Yeah, and now you get to see the rest of our studio as well. You know what I'm saying? Do a bigger. Anyway, so sign up for this. It's a big deal. You're gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you are here.
Guys, you're gonna get so much out of it.
Yes, you will.
Sign up.
Yes.
It's free, so
it's
you know.
Exactly. Don't forget to subscribe too.
Yes, and click that bell.
Yes.
See ya.
Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, where you can come and level up your relationship. In today's episode, is sex only transactional? And kind of a word of the day.
Yeah. We're gonna kind of put it two in one, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. What's up, y'all?
Hey, everybody.
And babe, how you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good?
Yes. Mother's Day is Sunday.
Mother's Day is around the corner.
Yes.
And I asked you specifically today what you wanted. You did not answer.
I didn't. I actually said nothing.
And what's up?
No, I didn't say the word nothing.
You just didn't say any words.
I didn't say anything.
And so I'm trying to interpret that now, what that means. Does that mean we get we don't have to do anything for you?
I really don't know what I want.
Okay, by the time this episode's over, I need you to be able to tell me.
Okay, I'll try to think of something.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I think it's nice to surprise you. And it's good.
I don't need any surprises.
But I'm saying it's also nice to know exactly what you want and give you exactly what you want. Because the thing about a surprise is oftentimes it misses. It's not exactly what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We think we're giving you what you want, and then halfway through you're like,
well, you already know I want to sleep in. You
I
already
know
I want food.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a given.
you already know that.
I already know what I'm making you.
Ooh.
I'm making you.
You going to tell me?
Yes, I'm going to tell you right now because I want the audience to salivate.
Okay.
I'm going to make you one of your favorite omelets. It's going to have...
omelets?
Yes, an omelet.
I like omelets.
Well, you will like this.
Okay.
Okay, this omelet has Beyond sausage in it.
Okay.
And it has vegan cheddar cheese. Mm-hmm. It will have mushrooms and spinach and stuff like that. But the reason you're going to like it so much is I'm going to put Sardi's green sauce on top of it.
Oh, yes.
That's Sardi's green.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now.
So then I'll like
you're
the
gonna
omelet.
love it.
Okay.
So
okay.
April doesn't actually love omelets. She really
I'll
likes.
eat them, but
yeah, she likes
just want my
eggs with
eggs
all that
scrambled.
same stuff in it that I just mentioned. But she doesn't really want omelet. But this omelet, I figured out how to make it right. I've been doing it for myself lately.
Okay.
And the other day I made it with the green Sardi's sauce on it.
I'm so excited.
Y'all know about Sardi's.
Sardi's.
Right?
Have y'all had Sardi's?
I mean, the sauce alone is the reason to go. Most people like the yellow because it's mild. But anyway, you'll like the green.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's all I know you're getting so far. The rest, you know what I'm saying, you just have to tell me.
All right.
Anyway, so y'all don't forget about Mother's Day. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And let's just give a shout out to our mothers right now.
That's
My mom,
right.
Giovanna Nixon, and April's mom, Ruth Mendinghall. Two of the best mothers in
ever.
the universe.
Yes.
We are very, very blessed to have been raised by them and still to keep, being influenced by them even now. By the way,
our mothers are amazing.
They really are.
They really are.
I think I sent you an article. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yes,
It was a text
I saw
message.
That. I started reading
I didn't read the whole thing. But it basically talks about the effect of mothers, grown children, how they still affect their mother's happiness.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we should talk about that.
Wowzers.
Yeah, maybe we should do something on Sunday.
Maybe we should.
Anyway, so we'll see.
I don't know. I'll be in the bed.
You will be in the bed. That's a good point.
We can record from the
We
bed.
had to do it earlier. Anyway, so let's talk about this today's topic.
Yeah.
So let me tell you where I came up with this.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, one of our friends, his name is Ty Gibson, Ty tweeted something. And then another one of our friends responded to that. His name is Seth Yolorda. And we kind of had our own conversation. We said, you know what? Let's stop this conversation now. Let's have this conversation on the air, which is what we're doing. So here is the tweet. Mm-hmm. And by the way, it's amazing that he would tweet this a few days before our
How to Fire Up Your Sex Life.
Yeah. So that's why it was kind of like we're already in this mode of kind of talking about
it's like
this.
It was meant to be.
Exactly.
It was meant to be for you to sign up.
Exactly.
Right?
All right, so here's what he said.
Okay.
Sex within marriage is either a transactional tool or a transformational portal. Mm-hmm. It is either a way of getting things from one another or a way of giving into one another. It is either an enactment of a salvation by works theology or an enactment of the gospel.
Wow.
So that's a really, really, really
Wow.
deep tweet.
It really is.
So a couple of things that he says that I think are worth sort of talking about and probably fleshing out a little bit.
Okay.
And this is where I say it's kind of like word of the day, but not really. I'm going to actually define the word transactional so that people have an understanding of what that actually is.
Okay, so we're going to do our word of the day now.
Exactly.
Okay,
so here's the word of the day.
word of the day. The word of the day is
transactional.
Transactional. All right.
And so here's what it means: relating to the conducting of business, especially by buying or selling. But here's the part that really relates to us: relating to exchange or interaction between people. So the question really is that he's asking is, or the thing that he's setting up.
Right.
He's saying that sex is either transactional or it's transformational. What he's really saying is it's either a business exchange where I'm basically doing it to get something.
Right.
Or it's transformational, which means it transforms the person or the people who are involved in it.
Wow.
And I think what he's suggesting this whole time is that sex within marriage, at least for believers, is supposed to be transformational, not just transactional.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's not just about what I'm going to get out of this or whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
So here's my question for you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start by making a statement. I think at some point we had a transactional relationship when it came to sexuality in our early stages of our marriage. I want to know, first of all, if you agree. Do you see it the way I do? Because I feel like, at least for me, it was mostly about what I was going to get out of it. And sometimes there were things that I did or didn't do throughout a day because I knew it was going to jeopardize my ability. And I know there's a lot of men out there that do this.
Oh my goodness.
I know that men, we do this as men.
Yeah.
We might decide not to respond to a thing that might turn into something else because we know it might jeopardize our ability to participate later on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a bad thing. And there was a point at which, at least for me, I feel like it changed and it stopped being transactional and started to become more transformational. I want to know if you had the same experience that I had. And I want to know if you can tell me when you feel like it began to change. What was it that made it a little bit different for you? If, in fact, you had that problem. Because maybe for you it was never transactional. I don't know. Maybe this is just a guy thing. I don't know.
No, it was transactional.
Okay.
It was selfish all the way.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
I mean, not all the way.
You were 22, so.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I was actually 21.
When we first got married, you were 21.
So
that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
It was just about me thinking. I mean, when I say I was selfishly thinking about, I was selfish in it. It was that I don't think I had a mind frame of I am trying to make sure that I provide, I give him what he needs or satisfying him. Like, that's not the thought. It was just, you do this. And then it was, okay, does this feel good to me? What don't I like about it? What is it that I wasn't comfortable with? Those are the things that I think were in my mind. So it definitely was not transformational.
Right. Yes.
It was, this is what you do. This
right.
is what,
Right.
And then did I like it?
Right.
Did I feel comfortable?
Right.
So it wasn't, did he like it?
Right.
Yes. I wasn't thinking about you when it was over or during. You know what I'm saying?
And the part you're referring to, the tweet, really, the part of the tweet you're referring to now is it's either a way of getting things from one another or a way of giving into one another.
Right.
It wasn't about giving into you.
It was not.
No.
No.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
And that
for me
wasn't
either.
like purposeful.
No.
It was just the way it was. Like,
Correct.
you didn't even,
Right.
And I think what happens is when you begin to build your relationship and you get closer to one another and you have experiences that are, serious experiences that are changing.
Yes.
That
life
change you,
stuff. Yes.
as a person.
So this is what I wanted to ask you. I asked you already, but I want you to go there now because that's how it was for me as well. I think at first it was not transformational at all. It was definitely transactional. And for me, there were some things that happened in life that caused me to start seeing it differently. It was definitely life experiences that were more than just life-changing, they were challenging. These were things that actually happened to us.
Challenged our relationship.
That's right.
Yes,
Those are the things that actually made sex more meaningful and more toward the transformational.
Yeah.
And so was that the way for you? And tell me when you think it started changing.
I think it started changing after a couple years because, after 7 months, we got in this terrible accident.
Right.
Of course, that was life-changing and changed our relationship.
No question.
And during that time, we really weren't having a whole lot of sex after that because I was injured so badly.
Yes.
Like there was so much
Yes.
that there was a lot of healing, that physical healing that had to take place.
Correct.
And then once we started back, it was very, I think it was still transactional because we were trying to figure out how to come back together because of the emotions that, I mean, it was a whole thing. We could do a whole thing on that.
That's true.
We'll talk about that at another time.
You're right.
But once we got past that and we moved to Michigan,
Yes.
I think that's when things changed.
So it's crazy. We've never talked about this.
Yeah.
But
would you say the same?
That's exactly the timeline. I feel the
Wow.
exact same way. I
Okay.
feel like, so what I just said was it started toward. So for me, the first time I actually thought about whether or not and I didn't think of it in these terms. I
Yeah.
didn't think these words.
Right.
But the first time I ever thought about our relationship as being transactional, because I don't think it was just the sex. I think our relationship in general was a transactional relationship until we got into that accident.
It's so true.
So for me, at 7 months, that's when, after the accident, that's when I started to reevaluate everything about our relationship.
Same.
I started to think totally differently because what came into my mind was, which I never thought of before.
Yeah.
What if April doesn't heal?
Right.
What if she doesn't get better?
Exactly.
What if she's always in pain like this? What if she constantly every day needs me to massage her every day like this? What if I still have to wash her hair for her for the rest of our marriage? Because that's what was happening during this time when you were coming back from the accident.
Right.
And so now the transactional nature of our relationship would lose something because I wouldn't be getting as much out of it.
True.
I immediately started thinking, man, I'm gonna have to start giving for real.
Wow.
And so in that moment, I think my mindset started to change toward transformational from transactional because I said, if this is going to work, I've got to change my mindset because this may be it from now on. I didn't know what was going to happen.
And what's so funny is I felt so bad that you had to do all that once I was able to do, I was like, oh, I want to give back.
Right.
I want to show him how much I appreciate it. And I want to,
Yeah.
that's amazing because that's what happened.
Right.
So once we moved, it was like, it was just us.
Yes. That was another thing that happened, April.
We didn't know anybody.
We didn't have a safety net anymore.
We didn't have a safety net.
Our parents weren't around, our siblings.
And we were still young because we were 24 at that time.
Right.
So it was like we were still young.
Right.
And we had to really depend on each other.
Exactly.
And give for the first time, like for real.
Yep. You're right, babe. It's totally different.
So it was like the Lord just said, you know what? You need to stop thinking about yourself.
Exactly. That's why I think it really changed. So here's what's crazy, though. He doesn't say it in the tweet, but I think it's there underlying, and this is where I think we should go with it. And actually, in my personal opinion, this is kind of the essence of what we're going to be talking about in our Fire Up Your Sex Life event.
Yes.
So I'm going to just pause for a second and say this again. If you don't know about it, you need to sign up.
Definitely.
How to Fire Up Your Sex Life is coming up Monday, May 10th, and we're going to be right here talking about a lot of this stuff. And one of the things we're going to be talking about, just go to sexlife.justjohnapril.com if you want to sign up for that. It's free. It's live.
Yes. We're going to go deeper into it.
Exactly. But here's the thing that he doesn't really say all the way in his tweet, but that I want to say. And here's what happened to us. I feel that once the relationship became transformational, the sex became transformational. And what I mean by that is we started having transformational level sex. I'm talking about the actual physical act itself felt transformational.
Yes.
It was like next level. And it wasn't that we were doing anything different in the bedroom.
So would you say it's a mindset?
No question, April.
Exactly. It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Which says, and I don't want to give away too much because y'all got to come up to y'all got to come to the how to find. Okay. But
that was so Atlanta. I don't think anybody even understood that except Kim and other Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? OJ, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows what you just said.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, what this kind of says is that when there are things going on in the marriage that are difficult, and you can't get through to each other, how it can make it so that it's just transactional.
Exactly, April. And I think
I don't think we connect those two.
I don't think so either. And I think the transactional nature of your physical intimacy is directly linked to the transactional nature of your non-physical intimacy. So if already you have a transactional relationship, the sex will be transactional too.
Right.
But the moment you start to pivot and change, and maybe the place you should start is with the sex. Maybe you stop making sexual transactional, and it probably will infect and impact your relationship so that the relationship's not transactional.
Wow.
But I'm saying in my relationship with you, am I always trying to get?
Wow.
Or am I trying to give?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it just about what I'm going to get out of it, or is it literally me trying to give?
Me giving
Yeah.
and giving back.
Right.
And even you could say giving to show what you want your spouse to give in a way too.
Right.
You know?
Sometimes it's a demonstration. Because
it's a
if I
demonstration.
want you to be understanding what it is that I need, sometimes it's in demonstrating to you.
Do to others that you want done to you.
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
So I think that is, wow, that's great. It's
Okay.
powerful. It's powerful.
It's powerful. Okay,
Yeah.
so the last part of the tweet.
Okay.
I literally just figured it out just now while we were talking.
Okay.
All right, so his last line,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more obscure, in my opinion, and needs a little bit of explanation.
Okay.
He says, it is either an enactment of a salvation by works theology or an enactment of the gospel. All right, so here's what it is.
Ooh, I know what it is. I'm thinking right now. I know
Salvation by works is about me trying to work my way to salvation. I'm trying to work my way to heaven.
work my way to heaven.
By doing stuff, I'm going to get something. So again, it's transactional, right? It is me trying to work. Okay, here, God, here's all the bad stuff I did. Here's the good stuff I did to balance it out.
That outweighs
it,
yeah,
whatever.
Right.
Okay, give me salvation now.
Exactly.
It's a transaction.
That's what it is, right.
But see, the essence of the gospel is not about a transaction. It's literally about what he gave.
One person.
That's it.
One
One person who gave
everyone
everything.
who does not deserve any of it.
That's it. So it's Jesus giving to us,
and who's not even giving
and we
back
don't deserve.
the way they're supposed to.
Precisely.
Wow.
So again,
Woo-hoo, that's deep.
This is what's so dope about this. If you really take this into the bedroom now, what happens is, if my sex is about enacting the gospel, then then when I go to the bedroom, all I'm doing is giving. All I'm worried about, even if I don't get anything in return, it's about what I give.
And if both are thinking in
and
that
if both
way,
doing the same thing,
how can you not?
That's when it transforms you. That's when it becomes transformational. That's when it's next level.
How can it not be transformational?
That's what I'm saying.
And you know, we just really have to get out of this idea that there's something wrong with talking about sex.
Exactly right. Yeah.
It's just really sad
Right.
that our kids, our church,
Right.
our, you know, just the way that we are.
Yeah.
Just as humans, because it's not just one church, it's several churches, several people from
Yes.
different
Yeah.
areas of religion and
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
who have an uncomfortable feeling
Yes.
about talking about sex, you
Yes.
know, when
Right.
it comes to talking about sex. And
Right.
so if we could come from this aspect,
Yes.
especially for our children,
Yes.
I think it would be a totally different idea
Makes a huge
altogether.
difference. Yes.
Altogether.
So
Yeah.
here's what we would need to say to our people. So if you already experienced, because this is our second time doing this,
Yes.
we did How to
Yes.
Fire Up Your Sex Life in March of this year already. This is our second time doing it. It's not going to be exactly the same. We're actually going to change it a little bit. We have a little something that we're planning on adding, and it's really going deeper into this part of it right here.
Yes,
So
I think it was February that we did it.
Oh, it might have been February.
Yeah,
You're right.
'cause we
It
did
was.
right
It was
after Valentine's
You're right,
Day.
babe. It was
The
February.
day after, actually.
You're right.
The
You're right. It
15th.
was February. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, even if you experienced it with us the first time, you may have come to the first free live event. You can come again. This is still for you
Yes.
because it's going to be slightly different. There's going to be something else that we're adding in this one,
Yes.
and you want to make sure you're there. So, How to Fire Up Your Sex Life, Monday, May 10th at 8 p.m.
That's right. So it's basically How to Fire Up Your Sex Life too.
Exactly right. Yes, exactly.
We should have put that on there.
We should have put
but
number exactly
yes,
part 2 on
'cause
there,
this
so
will
you
be
would know.
just tweaked a little bit.
Exactly.
So
There's something there for you
Yes.
that you need, and it's going to encourage you. And hopefully what it's going to do is what we want to do. It's going to take you to that place where your sex with each other is not transactional anymore.
No, but transformational. Just
That's
that
right.
word transform.
It should
You know,
transform you.
transformational.
Yes.
That's deep.
Very important.
Yes.
All right, so let's make that our other word of the day. Transformational.
Okay.
It is relating to or involving transformation or transformations. The idea is that we are supposed to be transformed in our relationship
That's
with
what I'm
each
saying.
other.
The way that sounds, that wording is
Yes.
just so
Exactly.
to be transformed. That means you're changed.
Exactly. Not
You
the
mean
same.
to tell me that the sex with my husband should change me? Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's deep. That's deep. That is deep.
Woo! So you can see it now, a little snippet of what it's going to be like
Yes.
on Monday, May 10th.
Yes.
Come
So
on
join
out, 8
us.
o'clock. Join us. Be here.
Sex Live at justjohnapril.com. Go
Yep.
ahead and sign up.
Yep. Do it.
I said Sex
Immediate.
Live.
Yeah, well, they can read. It's Sex Life.
Sex Life at justjohnapril.com. Go ahead and sign up.
That's right.
And yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you there. And,
Be square.
oh, boy, goodness. All right, y'all.